Hi Thomas. Any fresh concerns from the win yesterday? And can we just get the latest on Dom, Destiny, and Romero, please?
Yes, no, all good from the guys that played yesterday. Dom steps forward. We take it step by step. Kuti on the pitch today. Not a time frame, but on the pitch today. Dest on the pitch today as well. So three steps forward.
An excellent win yesterday, top of the league in the away form. Why do you think it's so different away and then compared to home this season? Are you still trying to work out how to play at home this season? Because away it's been perfect.
I think sometimes it's still a relatively small sample. Hopefully, in the end of the year, the stats are fantastic away and fantastic home. It's still it's a team that I'll say it's a new team, but still teams need to find each other. And how I see it, the way we chosen to build it, I think we now have 9 Premier League games. I can't remember, 3, 12, that's still 14 games in total. And we had one bad performance against Bournemouth, second half against Wolves, and second half against Monaco. Bad performance. So I think in general we're building.
The previous manager said he was told the club needs to win a trophy. Obviously, they won a trophy at the end of last season. It's obviously a very tough draw, Newcastle away. But when there were discussions when you joined the club, was mentioned winning trophies, winning competitions. Was that talked about?
I think it was very clear that we're in this game because we love it, and if you are in a club like Tottenham, we would like to do whatever we can to win. I said from the beginning I'd like to be able to compete in every tournament. We have an opportunity in a tournament where we play not tomorrow but Wednesday against a very strong team, the Holders. They've done very well. Very difficult place to play. But we'll go up there and do everything we can to compete and win and progress.
Full focus on Wednesday, of course, but there's one huge game coming up in November, always the North London derby. They've done very well at set pieces as well, and then on Super Sunday they said they might have a set piece coach cam for your bench and Arsenal's bench. Just want to talk about in terms of how much time you at the club are taking on set pieces. Obviously it's working ever so well given the goals from yesterday, and maybe just the change in style of play in terms of the Premier League.
So about set piece in general, or for us?
Yeah, in general, but maybe for Spurs as well, absolutely, because I know Andreas is a big part of your coaching team.
Oh yeah, Andreas is doing a top job. The players are doing a top job. They're on board. They are really committed to it. For me, I think every phase of the game we need to be good at if we want to build a top team. But set pieces, obviously, I think it's a third of all goals, isn't it? Something like that is from set pieces. So not to use time on it and super focus on details, do the right thing. Construct the team so you can defend them, but definitely attack them. That's I think is a major strength. So I'm very happy with how we are at the moment with that.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
Very good, thank you. You?
In terms of set pieces, which you've just spoken about, I'm getting the impression there's been a bit of a correction in football from everybody just wanting to play out from the back and play perfect football to now maybe going back 15-20 years where long throws, corners on the top of the goalkeeper, more direct football, let's put it like that, is being implemented. Am I right?
I haven't seen every game, every league, or at least just the top 5 leagues. If we just focus on the Premier League, then you can say that my feeling is also maybe the feeling was also a stat. We have more goals this season from set piece so far. I can't remember, maybe there is, but definitely more long throws in general from a lot of teams. So that's definitely a clear example of more focus on it. I think every manager or club want to compete, and it's about to find the small margins. And I think the success that we had at Brentford. It was maybe not as fancy because it was a smaller club, but also that Arsenal picked it up. I think Liverpool 2 years ago was extremely good as well. So the top clubs also picked it up and think, oh, then probably need to do this if you want to be able to compete or raise the bar to be even better. So I think that's probably the reason.
Is it more economical for a team to play like that though? Because if you're playing out from the back and you're having to play through teams, isn't it just easier to start off in a position whereby you're in the opposition's half and you can throw it long or play a corner in?
Yeah, I think as I said before, you need to be good in all phases. I think, for example, we yesterday in first half, I think we were very good in building from the back. You also need to control the ball in the middle of the pitch sometimes, and it's all about what kind of strategy and style you have. But a big part of it is definitely also to be good at set pieces.
For 50 years at Newcastle, for nearly 20 years here, it was always said the club's got to win a trophy, and when they win their first one, more will follow. So Newcastle won the League Cup last season, you won the Europa League. Does it naturally mean that more cups will follow? I mean, in this competition, if you get through quarterfinals, what have you, is it that simple that once you win one, others will follow?
I think you can put it in two ways. I think it's to get to win that trophy. That's very difficult, but to sustain it is probably even more difficult. But that's the aim. We have some players here that had a fantastic experience last year, winning the Europa League final, and they're very eager to win more trophies, and we would like to compete and win. So we are definitely going for it for tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi Thomas, you briefly praised Kevin Danso last night, and I think he had 18 clearances and won all 6 of his duels. I wonder if you could just elaborate a little bit more on what he offers to the team and how he's performed since he's come in for Kuti.
Yeah, I think he definitely deserves praise. He's stepping into the defense and need to help the team, and every coach will love him. Fantastic character and personality. I think yesterday he was very good. I think he was good and calm on the ball. I think he had some strong battles with Beto and Barry up front, and from crosses, but especially set piece second half where they bombarded us a bit. Everton, it's like he had a magnet head, so everything went to him, and he cleared it well. So he did well.
Thank you. I just want to ask you about Kudus as well. I think yesterday was the first time he'd maybe started more centrally. Would like you to explain your reasoning behind that and what you thought he offered in that sense.
I think I sometimes try to change a little bit, tweak it a little bit, the game. So wanted to have Brent Johnson that is very good from the right, his ability to running behind and produce crosses as well. Having Kudus a little bit more in the middle together with Xavi could create a little bit of an overload, and I thought there was elements of something good, especially first half. So I think it's not like it's going to be a definite. He'll play there all the time, Kudus. But I think those bits in it I liked.
Just want to ask you about Johan Visser, a player you worked with at Brentford. He obviously left them in the summer to join Newcastle, and it looked like quite a messy situation. I just want to ask you, have you ever experienced a player who's been very desperate to leave before and been quite vocal about it? And how do you deal with that if that happens?
Yes, experienced it before, yeah. I think that's very tricky. It's very tricky. In general, I think it's important always to try to see it from both perspectives. We always, give the example analogy that you look from your side of the elephant. It's very difficult to look on the other side of the elephant because you stand on one side. As a person myself, I think I try to do things the right way. But on the flip side, you only have one life yourself. So at a certain stage, maybe you need to do something. But there's also that you've signed a contract. You're very happy to sign when you signed it. And part of signing a contract is that there's a contract, and a club are paying you money. The same for me. Same for me in Brentford. When I had to leave here, I had the opportunity to leave to come to Tottenham. So I think it's very complicated. I prefer it goes smoothly, but it's all about communication, and it's tricky.
Hi Thomas, it's a brilliant win yesterday, and Micky van de Ven obviously got the headlines. You've tied down Christian Romero so far this season and Rodrigo Bentancur. Is Micky kind of the next one? Big written red on the board, tie down Micky van der Ven to a long-term deal.
Yeah, very happy with Micky. I think he's been brilliant for the club since he signed. And I think I said it yesterday as well. I think he's taken some steps up this season. I think he actually defended them even better. I think he's still very good on the ball. I think he added the goals, the headed goals, which I'm very happy with, and is a threat on set pieces. Character, leadership, also growing. So as far as I know, we have a good contract with him, but definitely a player I see a big future here in the club.
Yeah, he seems to be massively enjoying himself at Spurs, and I guess after seeing others, do you kind of think it should be fairly straightforward to extend his term to reward his kind of form over the last 12 months?
Yeah, I think he's happy here. That's very important. We are happy with him. Let's see what will happen in the future. But I think the most important thing is, I agree, it looks like he really enjoys his football. He really enjoys his time here. I'm very happy with him. Everyone is happy, so that's a good start.
And I imagine in an ideal world you'd maybe want to rest him and a few others tomorrow. But it's also a competition where you've got to win 3 games and you're in the semi-finals. Is that the kind of dilemma you've got, that you understandably will need to make some changes because of the period, but you don't want to lose that cohesiveness of the team?
Yeah, it is. That's the challenge and the dilemma. And of course, now it's a cup tournament. It's 1 game, so it's a little bit more at stake, you can say. But it needs to be the same mindset. So I changed 4 players from Monaco to Everton, and 3 or whatever from Villa to Monaco, something like that. I can't remember. So of course there'll be a little bit of rotation, like I basically have done from game to game, because we played every 3rd or 4th day. So you need to do it if clubs does it. If you want to compete, that's the next thing. So if you want to compete over 60 games, you can't play the same 11 for 60 games, because the risk of injuries and fatigue and lack of performance that will just naturally happen. So it's that fine balance to try to manage that. That is, but that's what we're up for. That's one of the beauties of being head coach and sleepless nights to try to figure everything out. But that's part of the good fun.